I like to think I'm well informed about the popular anime of past decades, even the ones I haven't seen myself. I know the influence Violence Jack, Captain Harlock, and Astro Boy have had on the anime of later decades. But I was recently surprised to learn that a wildly popular anime from the 1980s that I knew only by sight was getting an all-new series with modern animation. And I just had to know what exactly Urusei Yatsura was all about. But before I illuminate the legacy of this charming piece of anime history, my turn-based RPG, Sorcerous, is available right now on Steam. The game follows a team of apprentice mages on the trail of a sinister conspiracy through more than 60 quests, dozens of puzzles, and deadly battles. Follow the link in the description to watch the trailer and experience the magic. Now, without further ado, an introduction to Urusei Yatsura. Let's start by breaking down the premise. Earth has been invaded by a tiger skin pattern-loving race of aliens called the Oni. Unlike the monsters of Japanese mythology that inspired them, these Oni are basically just humans with horns, and a very particular fashion sense. They're also very nice for alien invaders. Rather than waging a brutal war of annihilation where they blow up all of our most photogenic landmarks right in front of us, they elect to challenge humanity to a game of tag. Because it's a comedy. There are, however, a few rules. There are only 2 players, and the game takes place over the course of 1 week. During this time, the human player must grab hold of the Oni player's horns. So, who exactly will step forward during humanity's darkest hour? What chiseled paragon of righteous might will step forward to protect us? Well, got some bad news. First up, he's chosen at random. Second, his name is Ataru, and he's a girl-crazy high school bum born on Friday the 13th, and he is a magnet for all of the impossibly twisted bad luck that the universe has to throw at him. And now for the Oni player, where yes, the misfortune of the universe has indeed outdone itself. The player representing our alien overlords is probably the reason you're familiar with Urusei Yatsura, the Oni alien princess, Lum. She's the daughter of the leader of the Oni, and a curse on Ataru's house. You see, after our hero manages some mildly frisky trickery to get hold of her horns and save the world, he accidentally proposes to her, which she accepts because somehow she's in love with the loser. Oh, and she's also jealous, vindictive, and incredibly powerful. Able to manifest destructive bolts of lightning whenever she wants to. Which is whenever her new boy toy has upset her, which is all the time. Basically, this anime is a fantasy rom-com in the vein of I Dream of Jeannie or Bewitched. But it has a somewhat larger cosmic scope, and a cast of wacky characters that rival our 2 leads for sheer ridiculousness. I guess in that way it resembles Adult Swim mainstay Tenchi Muyo. Urusei Yatsura began, as many anime do, a manga. It was created by writer-artist Rumiko Takahashi, a very, very prolific manga artist, and you're almost certainly familiar with some of her other projects, like Ranma Half or another Adult Swim mainstay, Inuyasha. The Urusei Yatsura manga had an episodic chapter format and ran for 34 volumes. It was first released in 1978 and ran until the late 80s. Now, originally, the manga was adapted into an anime in the 80s. It ran for 4 seasons and a whopping 194 episodes. In addition, it had like 6 animated films and some OVAs. So, if you're a fan of this wackiness, there is a lot of supplemental material for you to track down. Now, on to Urusei Yatsura's most recent incarnation, the 2022 anime series. I discovered its existence when a trailer for it showed up randomly in my YouTube recommendations, thanks algorithm, and my interest was piqued by the interesting 80s retro character designs, fun music, and of course the out there concept. Growing up, I was a fan of Nick at Night shows like The Munsters, I Dream of Jeannie, and Bewitched. And I admire genre comedies with a sense of ambition and scale to them. Story-wise, the series roughly follows the plot of the original manga. but it does seem to have a clear narrative, with events following directly after one another instead of a pure episodic format. At the moment, the series is planned for, and I have to add, plans come cheap, so this is definitely subject to change, a run of 46 episodes over 4 12-episode seasons. Anyway, to me, the series looks fun and refreshing. I like the idea of a more episodic approach. By the way, episodes are broken into 2 mini-episodes, so I would expect a lot of very fast-paced, breezy storytelling. Finally, I have not yet heard when we can expect a dub, but considering the pedigree of Urusei Yatsura, hopefully one will be forthcoming. I look forward to experiencing the anime's madcap shenanigans when it does. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a like and say so in the comments. If you're interested in more coverage of anime, comics, or role-playing games, follow Sector 913 on YouTube or BitChute. Finally, if you enjoy the content I cover here, check out Sorcerous, a dark fantasy mystery RPG available right now on Steam. Follow the link in the description to watch the trailer and experience the magic.